Mark is losing his mind.
What?
I pressed the button. GameStop is exploding today. I swear I pressed the button, but it didn't go through. It didn't go through. I would have made so much money. I'm like, look, man, I gotta go. Oh, but I just can't believe this. Look at this chart. The whole time I was there, I was like, I gotta go.
Here we are. Hey guys, we're live.
And we're on.
We're on.
Andrew.
Yay! Hey, welcome to the show, Balkun Brothers. How are you?
Great. Good. Welcome to the organ room.
This is the organ room. Cool.
We're gonna give you a little intro.
Yeah, do it. I love it.
Welcome to the show.
Nice.
And welcome back.
All right, let's see. How do I go back? Here we go. I'm just learning to use this interview mode, so bear with me as I.
No worries. Yeah, it looks like it's working good.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. This is awesome. So, how you guys been doing? Like, this has been so hard on our art community, especially musicians. So, I saw you guys were at a gig in front of a live audience. That was exciting. So, what has your gig life been like since all this?
That was it.
That was it.
That was it. Yeah.
Maybe non-existent, except for playing live streams, basically.
Yeah.
Like everybody. We were lucky enough to do a couple live things at this place down in New York, called the Falcon.
I was amazed about that. Now, were they able to do that were they doing that outside of the mandate just independently, or were they trying to do that within the mandates in New York? And of course, now my dogs start barking. Go figure.
No, that's perfect. Right on cue. Yeah, I think it was technically they weren't allowed to promote it. They weren't allowed to promote it. We did all the promotion, and it was we were kind of supposed to be in coincidence with the food they were serving. We're like the background music.
We were background music.
But really,
it was a full-on rock show.
It was a show.
Nice.
But they did, they were doing it when it was warmer out during the summer. They were doing it outside. And we got to do one of those gigs too, which made more sense, being able to do it outside. But they kept everything pretty safe and clean, and
everybody had to keep their distance. They only had reserved tables that were far away. And everybody was wearing masks, and they had the doors open. They had like an air filtration system. So that was pretty much the only gig that we would take, something like that. Pretty low key, but
we just liked the people there. So
yeah,
it was good. And it felt good to rock out live and play loud and have people watch with their own eyes and listen with actual human ears instead of just blasting it through the internet. But, you got to do what you got to do right now. Everybody's got to just take it in stride and keep on rocking. We've been doing plenty of plenty of jamming and working on new stuff and putting out old stuff and just keeping busy, you know.
I think we lost you. Can you hear us? We can't hear you.
You know, that might have been a problem.
Yep.
There we go.
I
The
apologize,
invisible mic.
guys out there. So the first few minutes of the interview, introducing you, all they see is blah, 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 blah. So I apologize.
And we're back. Hold on.
We're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
And we're back. Interlude.
Nice.
And welcome to the show.
Live with the Balkun Brothers in the house. That's at. I'm sorry. I
Yeah, we're at
apologize, guys.
Balkun Guitars.
We've converted to an organ duo where we both play the organ.
Nice. Now let me see.
No lo-
Where did I think I lost myself here? Hold on a second. Let me add myself back. There we go. Except I'm on the opposite side. Let me go this way.
This is wild. This is like the Wild West.
Oh my gosh. So just you know, here we are talking live with the Balkun Brothers. You guys had a recent gig. That was so cool. The first in a long time at the Falcon in New York. You know, I have a lot of family and friends in New York, and I know that there was just a huge win for restaurants there, which was really exciting, by an attorney that I follow. And so they're able to start to open up again, and also a gym too out there, because small businesses and musicians are suffering immensely in this crazy world that we're in. I really love your video and I can't wait to share this with folks out there in Facebook land, YouTube, just back in the swing of things. So guys in YouTube world, I haven't been around because I was in YouTube jail for a week, censored, big issue. But anyway, I'm back.
And we're back.
So I'm gonna pull up this video. Let's see if I can get this all going. I'm gonna pull up this video. Hold on a second while I do that. So here is the page where the video is, all queued up and ready to go. And let me just make sure all my technology is great. It's certainly different than being on the radio when I was there before. So let's go. Let's play this video, see how it goes. Here we go.
Yeah.
The Balkun Brothers. This is your latest, right?
Yeah.
Oops, hold on a second. Technical glitch. Got to get in there and hit the play button physically.
Civilization, look out, here comes the fun.
spectacular.
Much slapstick.
Yes, that is awesome. Oh my gosh, I love it, guys. That's just good stuff right there. And we got some comments coming in. This is great. Let's see this. This is from Lynn Trust. I can share comments now. Hold on a second while I share this. She's, dude, this is great. That's awesome. Thanks, Lynna, for hanging out and watching. So I had a couple of technical glitches that I fixed, so hopefully this is working out better. I apologize for that, guys.
No worries.
That was a wild video. So tell me, how did you guys shoot that? Did you do that yourself? Did you have somebody shooting it for you? I love that so much.
We did it in my backyard by ourselves.
Well, your wife helped us a lot.
So Sarah did our makeup, made us look like zombies.
She shot us on the roof,
and then but me and Nick just shot each other individually, and then Sarah did us the group shots. And then Nick demanded that we light the barrel on fire, so we started the fire in the barrel. And I just have a creepy shed in my backyard that basically I don't know what else we could use it for other than a zombie landscape.
It looked like it needed a drum set in there.
Yeah, an apocalyptic landscape.
I love it. It looks so cool. I love the COVID head. As you can see, I got COVID in my background. I guess
the COVID
changed their life.
was necessary.
I thought we should have had the COVID head in the whole thing. I thought we needed more of that guy. And there's a hole in the roof of the shed. So Nick went on the roof. I was like, you gotta hang through the hole like you're dead.
Oh, that is such an awesome video. I absolutely love that video. I just think it's hysterical.
We just threw it together in an afternoon. It was really cold outside, and we were just having fun, just keeping ourselves busy. Like some people weren't too keen on it. They were like hating on us for being zombies and having fun and like doing it ourselves and whatnot. But like, if you're getting haters, then you're doing something right, I think.
I agree with that. It's so funny. I absolutely loved it. And
I don't know who doesn't want to have fun or laugh or have a good time.
Yeah, we're trying to bring some hilarity to this whole situation because it's all not exactly as fun as it seems.
It's so insane and so ridiculous. And we wrote that song long before like the world seemed like it was ending. It just was like, that's our tribute to Motorhead and to Lemmy after he died.
Yeah.
And so Here Comes the End of the World just happened to come out in 2020 when the world was going to crap. And Nick had bought all of that like nasty zombie makeup for Halloween or something.
Yeah.
And we never used it.
And the bear masks that you'll see in a minute.
Yeah.
They all kind of went together, and then we saved it for this particular video.
And so Nick came over with all this stuff. And then it was like, there. Oh.
Interlude. It wants in. And I got this new camera, and then we had to test it out. So I thought it was pretty crisp.
Yeah, it was cool, and we were like, we just had a good time. We were just being weird and wild, and the neighbors were probably wondering what the hell we were doing. And then Nick like unveils all of this nasty like fake blood and fake scabs and fake like
needle.
Yeah, and then there's like this needle in there, and he's like, "Oh, you got to put it in your forehead." So there's like a fake needle sticking out of my forehead, like just at the same week as the vaccine
came
rolled out.
Oh, that's so wild.
It was just a coincidence that we were doing like zombie vaccine needlework on my brain.
Oh man, you guys!
It all lined up. I mean, it kind of decided itself, as all of our videos usually do, and all of our albums.
We didn't have any plan. It just happened.
Yeah.
And we were just like, usually our plan is just to have as much fun as possible and rock out as hard as possible and make ourselves laugh and try and make other people's laugh and just have a good time. We're not trying to be so serious, like, you gotta get so serious, man. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, be serious.
Yeah, somebody told us that we should have been trying to write a hit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
we need to
that we should be trying to write a hit.
Stick with writing pop song hits and being serious.
But that's our thrash. That's our official thrash song, like tribute to Motorhead.
We just like to rock and roll. So
yeah.
If people don't like to rock and roll and have a good time and laugh at yourself, then this is not the right forum for you.
I hear you on that. I'm sorry to hear you guys got pushback. I was wondering about that because of you're having some good time and rocking and rolling. And something from my understanding about music and being an artist is you're inspired by what you're inspired. It's not about writing a freaking hit. Okay.
Yes.
It's about
Amen.
writing rock and roll, man. It's about
Amen.
having a good time in the face of severe adversity. I think that it is the time for the artists to come out and share their soul with other people, because it's like that creative brain. It kind of helps us heal and move forward in whatever direction it is that we're going to go, hopefully to more rock and roll and fun and not this awful hell that we find ourselves in. I thought the needle in the head, though, man, that was just...
Yeah, it was just like pure ridiculous, but
especially when so many bands are just like pretty much evaporating right now. Clubs are evaporating. It's like there's a lot of depressing things going on, and this song, I mean, the subject matter is that. So flip it and to give another perspective on it, and make it actually a happy song is. I thought that was pretty
or
creative.
Just like, it's like, Here Comes the End of the World, but it's more like, let's rock and roll and party and have a good time. And we are fucked, but like, so what? Let's keep rocking.
Yeah.
That's kind of the outlook we're going for. And like you could get caught up in all the nonsense and the negativity. There's way too much of that going on. So we're not trying to bring people down even further. It's
that's a beautiful thing.
Music and rock and roll especially is, let people lift people up and help them have a good time, and that's basically.
I'm into that.
Priority.
So we got a question in there. Can you guys see that when I share it? Can you see that? Oh, wait a minute. Wait, no, she had a different question. I meant to put this question up. Wait, hold on. Here it is. Did you see that question? That was from Lena Triss.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good question.
Oh, yeah, I thought so. Thank you, Lena. I appreciate that. She's an artist too, so she rocks, man. She's a great artist herself. So
we do a lot of recording at Nick's home studio, and we are here in my studio, I guess.
Yep.
Studio S.
Yep.
But that whole album, Here Comes the End of the World, was recorded in Chicago at a studio called Electrical Audio that is owned and run by a legendary producer named Steve Albini. And so we worked with Steve Albini, who he recorded, edited, and mixed the record. And he's well known for doing Nirvana's In Utero and did the Violet Femmes and the Stooges and Jimmy Page and Robert Plant and Cheap Trick and all sorts of great rock and roll stuff. He's incredible. So we got to work with him.
And it was recorded to tape.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Straight to analog, no computers involved at all.
Wow.
Recorded in one take.
Nice.
And so yeah, that was just like pure rock and roll energy, recorded right old school style in Chicago. And then the mastering was done in Detroit at Third Man Mastering, which is Jack White's place. And that was done by this guy named Bill Skibbe, who works with Jack White and also
the Black Keys. He did the Black Keys #1 album.
Franz Ferdinand and the Kills and
the Dead Weather.
Yeah, all sorts of great rock and roll.
Nice.
So we usually do a lot on our own, but this was an experience that we got to work with like some heavy hitting rock and roll guys, and they just really nailed it, and sound, made it sound amazing. And we just got to work in some really cool places and meet some cool people, and you don't always get a great experience when handing the controls over to somebody else. But in this case, we were working with top-notch, seasoned professionals, legendary people that really elevated what we were doing. So,
and they love rock and roll. They're rock guys. It's not like we were working with somebody who wasn't really understanding what we were going.
No,
for.
They knew exactly what was happening. Before we even like that song in particular, before we even started mixing it, we got the takedown, and we were sitting in the control room with Steve Albini, and he was like, okay, well, let's listen to this. I'm going to mix this little part, because there's a part in the beginning where there's like a siren going. He's like, all right, I'm going to mix this part right before the Motorhead comes in. And we're like, oh, he knows exactly what we're going for. Like, nice. We didn't even tell him that it was Motorhead inspired, but he was like just already there with us. He already knew what was happening. So just stuff like that. He was really tuned into what was happening, and
it sounds phenomenal. I mean, it sounds really good. And you recorded it to tape like that in one take. And I just want to say this out there to guys who are just popping in and never heard of the Balkun Brothers before. They're brothers. I mean,
we are, in fact.
You guys just blow me away the way you have this amazing synergy together as brothers, and I'm sure there are times where you want to kill each other too, but your musical synergy together and the way that you play, it's like they're just two of you making this incredible music, and it's just so rocking. Like, wow, just two of
you. That's all we need. That's all we need right now. And we just crank it up, let it rip, and
you let it rip, all right.
We've been, doing the duo thing for a while now, so we've gotten in the zone of writing and arranging and practicing and improvising and just basically creating with what we got, with a drum set and a couple amps, and
it's powerful. Now volume. You do this thing, Steve, with the guitar, where you're like a guitarist. So my husband's like, wow, how does he do that? So you're like playing the guitar, but you get like this bass stuff going on too. It's like, what?
Yeah,
what are you doing? Wow.
That's basically what my brain is doing at the same time too, because I don't even know how it happens, but yeah, I try and play the guitar and the bass at the same time, and basically, yeah, we just look at each other and go, what? what is happening?
Oh,
And
it's
somehow
so
there's like
cool.
all this noise happening, and
A lot of people think there's loops. Usually after every show, the club owner comes up and he's like, "Oh, those loops are really cool."
I'm like, nope, it's
Nope.
all live. We do it all live. No loops or backing tracks or overdubs or any of that shit. We just crank it up and let it come out of the fingers,
it
and
rip.
Nick hits the drums real hard, and
Well, really, the trick is your thumb.
yeah,
If you turn your back, you can see the thumb bone on his back. That's thumb bone, and that's our bass player.
this is our bass player.
Right there. Give it up for thumb bone.
I love it, Thumbone. I love
Thumb bone.
it.
Yeah, I
Oops,
mean, he's a
didn't
real
do that.
bass player, and
Real bass player.
he's highly effective.
People always ask us like, oh, why don't you have a bass player? Where's your bass player? And honestly, it's like at this point, it's I take like a bit of offense to it because it's like I'm the bass player, and I'm playing the bass, and we have conscious efforts to have bass lines in our music throughout the entire set. All our songs. It's like we write the guitar parts, we write the drum parts, and then it's like, okay, well, what can the bass be? Even if it's really simple or just like a thumping note or something. But some of the songs, the
They
bass,
have a lot.
yeah,
A
the
lot.
bass,
Yeah,
the bass is like
definitely.
right out front, and some of the songs even start with the bass, and it's like the main thing is a bass line happening, and then the guitar drops in like only for the chorus or something. So yeah, like I always like the oh the organ wants some of the bass too. But yeah, we always liked bands that were bass heavy, that had lots of bass in it. And so when we started doing the duo thing, we still wanted to have all of that bass in there. So it was very like conscious effort to still have the bass in there, and not just be a guitar drum duo with all the mid-range high end stuff going on, but like have that low punch that really gets you right in the gut. And Nick likes to have his bass drums sound real huge too, and his tom toms. So there's like a lot of bass frequencies happening in there. And then like it just becomes more about the rhythm and the just like the whole groove of it, rather than if we're when you're in like a 3-piece or you have a rhythm section or something, there's more like single note melodic stuff happening where you can just sit back and take a solo for 20 minutes. And that's usually what the guitar player is doing in a band or something. But I don't know, I kind of find it's more interesting to come up with like real heavy hitting riffs and rhythms and grooves, and then like once in a while there'll be a little solo type thing in there, but it's not all about doing guitar solos in this type of thing. It's more about the rhythms, which is more like what a bass player does anyway. But if you were just a bass player jamming with a drummer, you're just doing like this rhythmic thing. So, and we always do like in the middle of a show, we'll do some kind of like thumb bone bass type jam where it's strictly like I'm doing the bass sound and the drum sound,
and that's it.
We're just doing like a bass jam.
I think definitely the live show too. The live show, like you can feel the bass so much.
Yeah, really,
when you see us in person, that it is definitely a little different when people see us live.
Really crank the bass, especially if there's a subsystem going.
Right.
And if the drums are mic'd and stuff. But
heavy toms all the way. The Cramps are good for that.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
A lot of people have been comparing us to the Cramps on this album.
Exactly.
I like it.
That tribal rhythmic, like meditative trance type thing where you're just like really really going in deep and heavy hitting, rather than just trying to show off how many like solos you can take throughout the night. Cool. But yeah, like I invented this guitar that's a baritone guitar.
You invented the guitar? You
I invented this guitar.
I told him he should get a patent.
Oh my god, that is so cool. So wow.
And so it's a baritone guitar, and it has bass pickups in it, and it has guitar pickups in it.
That is so freaking cool. Wow.
It
So
basically like if you play the low note, it sounds like a bass.
yeah. Oh my God, that is wild. You totally should. So, folks out there, let me put my mug back over here. So, Steve is also a luthier.
Yeah,
That's it.
Building guitars, fixing guitars, and that is pretty incredible. I think that you have something there that people would want to purchase, and do that. Um, Here we go. Lynn is hanging out. She's a lady. She's so awesome. Very talented. Her husband is a multi-talented musician. She's multi-talented artist herself and writes music and stuff. Yeah, that's beautiful stuff. I could totally see. Oh, look, here's Dave saying. Here we go. Let's bring up this comment. Do you tune it standard? Can you see that?
It is tuned in B, so it's a baritone tuning. So it's B. That one's in B standard, and the other one that you saw in the music video, I was playing slide on. So that one is tuned in open B to play slide. But then I'll use capos to like change the tuning. But it's basically, yeah, you can play it almost just like a regular guitar, except the range goes much lower. It's a fifth lower, but the way that I designed it, it has enough frets that it spans the entire range of a regular electric guitar that's tuned in E. So it goes all the way up to a high B, but it's got all the same notes, except it's extended down even lower. So it's basically it's almost like how like a piano player or an organist can play bass on a piano. If the keys are extended down, you basically are just extending the tonal range of what's available, and then you get that low guttural sound. And I also play through a bass amp as well, so I play through a guitar amp and a bass amp to get that super low, that super low.
Yeah, because it moves. I mean, it's got so much power in there. It's like there's only two of them.
Yeah, we call it a power duo.
It's powerful duo. Just really incredible stuff. So why don't we, since we're talking about all this, and some folks might have just tuned in, let's pull up another video. Bear with me as I'm in real time here, and I want to pull up. I'm right on your guys' YouTube page. Let me get out of the last video. Hold on a second here while everything is so much easier when I don't have my system open. But let me get right into your page. Where is it? Here we go. I wish it would be like easier YouTube to plug right back into that. Apologize, guys, as I'm live in real time. I want to pull up their videos, more videos. Let's see here. Oh yeah, interludes. They'll do a little interlude for me. I'm gonna pull up this video here. Okay. So guys, which video should we? I'm right on your page. We've got
and we're back.
All kinds of stuff here. Like what would you guys recommend to play? You got this one over here. This was your last album, The Devil's on TV, which is that was a great album too. What do you guys want to play?
Well, there's maybe Traumatized or Death by Bear.
Death by Bear. Let me see here. Death by Bear. Perfect. I'll pull this one up. Hold on a second, guys, while I get this going. Wait a minute. Stop that. Expand. Yes. There we go. Hold on. Let me get this all queued up in my share screen. So, guys, whoa, that's so cool. All right.
Is there another one? Is there another one? This one might just be the audio.
This one might just be audio. Hold on a second. Let me back
I think there's another one where there's like it might be called the live lyric video.
Hold on a second. Let me go back over to YouTube. Let me get out of here. Yeah, I'm going to go back to your solo here. It's a little tricky while I'm live in real time getting the video queued up. Hold on a second.
Well, you are live with the Balkun organ duo here at Balkun Guitars. I'm your host.
Okay, so this is it right here. Can you see that, guys? Hold on a second. I don't want to play it yet. Is that it? System Crash, Death Bear? Do you see that?
That sounds about right.
So.
No, all I see is us.
All you see is you. Okay, it's got more. It's got like a System Crash and Red, Death Bear.
Yep. That's it.
That
That's
sounds,
it.
All right.
That sounds about right.
That's
All right. So here we go. Let's give this a roll. Here we go.
Ready? That bear's coming. Okay. Here we go.
That was so cool. That's good stuff. Hold on a second. Let me stop this video. Oops. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold on a second. I gotta stop the next video. Boom. Wait. There we go. Let me get back up here. That was good stuff, guys.
We're back.
We're back.
That was the bear attack.
That was
That was pretty wild. I love it. I love the I love the bear masks. That's pretty wild.
that was a live performance in my van driving around town.
Steve's new tour vehicle, because we totaled the last one on our last tour.
Nice.
And Nick wanted to see if we could set up the recording studio in the van and play while driving around.
Our fastest song.
That is so cool. So cool.
Adventure recording, they call it.
Yeah,
you know?
so that's not the studio recording. That's the actual driving around and playing that song recording.
So I love your creativity. You guys are a wellspring of creative energy. It's so refreshing. It's really nice to hang out and talk with you guys. It's like feels normal again, you know.
Yeah.
To be enjoying this music and laughing and having a good time. I miss our community and gigs and things like that so much. It's definitely been quite the challenge to be artists at this time in life. It's definitely challenging. Yeah. And I think we're needed now more than ever. You know, like you guys, it's really cool to be able to rock out to the music. So I appreciate that so very much, because we need to laugh, have some fun, dance, and rock and roll, man. Really?
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Yeah, we had some haters on that video too. They were
Really?
like, what's up with that death bear? It's like so angry and like, no, it's supposed to be funny. We were driving around in a van trying to play that and record it at the same time. Like, imagine if you were one of the people in traffic with us.
There were some really funny people that pulled up next to us, and they had no idea what was going on. It was starting to get really hot back there too.
Yeah, Nick's like crammed in the back. We put a full drum set in the back of the van.
That's
And
right.
I
So
had
who was driving? Was your wife driving, Steve? Who was
Yeah,
driving?
Sarah was driving us around and pretending like it was just normal.
Oh, I wish I would have pulled up next to you. That would have been awesome.
Hey, as long as we didn't get pulled over, that was, and somehow we recorded something.
Yeah.
And it actually came through the microphones. We ran it off this battery that we have, like this.
Yeah,
this,
it's like a jump start battery for the car.
And
Somehow
at first, it just turned off. Like as soon as we started driving, it just turned off, and I was like, "Oh well, this is not going to work." And then we hit it on again, and we drove around, and it worked. So
we did at least like 2 or 3 takes of it too, and it was excruciating. Like we were literally crammed up with the microphone like jammed in my face, and like we couldn't see anything because we're in the bear masks.
Oh, that is so funny. What a great story. I can't believe you recorded that while you were driving. Not while you were driving. I mean, you're being driven around. You're obviously not driving and playing the guitar, drive the car,
that's
play
the
the
next
bass.
one. That's the next one.
That's the next level.
Oh, that is so cool. So, anything happening in the future with you guys where
show in New York, and we usually do a live stream at least once a month, but we've been doing them more frequently. And
our next gig is in 3, 2, 1.
hit it live with Jay Cherry. This is your internet radio show.
I love it. That's awesome, guys. That is so
So we'll
totally
probably do a
awesome.
live stream at my studio coming up, and we're working on another album right now that actually just got finished that we will be announcing soon. Oh, all right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Linda. That's awesome.
We try and keep it authentic for sure.
You crank it up. The only rule is you have to play it loud.
You have to play it loud.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be able to explode your car stereo.
I love it, guys. Ah, it's so nice, so refreshing. I love your music. Always have loved you guys. I think you your music just really hits some high plateaus and stuff like that. And I love the last album that you did, The Devil's on TV. That was another great, fabulous one. When you guys were traveling, I just want to say to the audience out there, these guys were gigging all over the place, including internationally, playing to sold out shows and live audiences overseas. And just your career as artists has just been so exciting to watch and to follow you guys as you've grown and done all this stuff, which is just amazing. I love it. So no European tours coming up in the future, unfortunately. I'm sure, but
well, we were supposed to go over in October, but obviously it got pushed back, and we'll see what happens this year. Luckily, we had a big festival in Germany and a big festival in Holland that we were supposed to go play. So they said we can come back whenever touring begins again. So we have those will be on the table. So we will be getting back to our international stages, which is great. But
one day,
we'll see, because there's a lot of local stuff that's trying to book the summer and the fall, and who knows what'll be happening. We'll probably do some outdoor stuff.
Yeah, at this point,
who knows?
It's so crazy that we just
recording and releasing albums. Really, where it's at right now. Doing some promo for this one and live streams and
do as many recordings as possible, and let the royalties roll in.
Here you go. That's awesome. So why don't we play one more video before we part ways here? And I want to talk to you guys about potentially the Middletown Music Festival that you guys have played at, and we'll be streaming that online from our barn. This will be the first weekend in May. So we're going to have about 10 bands. Not as much as we used to have. We used to have the 2 stages going back and forth. It's going to be 1 stage. and we're going to be getting my own servers so that we can run the live feed to our personal website as well, of course, on
Cool.
social media. But I know Facebook had a while ago made some kind of threatening language about not allowing bands to play their own music. I don't know what happened with that. It seems like people are still being able to stream.
Yeah, I think they figured out that it was too ridiculous to do to people that are already suffering.
It's like the only outlet that we have to do right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I think they really I know that there was a lot of DJs doing like full on just playing music, but I still see DJs doing stuff like that. So I know sometimes they'll mute stuff if you use somebody's song, or in certain countries it'll get muted, but so far the live stream continues.
Yeah,
I think as long as the pandemic's going on, there will be a very vast live stream audience.
Yeah, we need that, So I was really concerned about that when I was reading that, and I didn't see anything really happen. So I'm glad that whatever powers that be that control these interwebs like this have backed off allowing musicians, especially your own original material. I've had videos be when I'm out and I'm shooting things and someone's playing copywritten music, more kind of commercial music that's been out there, they'll shut down the video. But and as an artist myself, wondering when we put our stuff into any type of registry, does that put us also in that category where they can all this, what is the one registry, BMJ, what is, I forget it now, it's like totally popped off
ASCAP, BMI.
ASCAP, yeah, BMI. Like when you put a CD out there, to be able to get the barcode on it, you have to have it licensed, and then it goes through this big monster thing. And I've been wondering, as an artist, if we should still continue to do this as independent artists, because does that take it and make it say like, oh, the little local coffee shop that's playing your tune now has to pay the ASCAP man to be able to play your original local music that, here you are, Connecticut, a little Connecticut coffee shop wants to play that.
Yeah.
And, and just even for copyright purposes, if somebody's playing my music in the background on Facebook or Twitter, I'm like, yeah, my music's out there. Like, it's good. I don't care. It's good. Keep playing it.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's definitely two sides to the coin for that, because the only way you can collect royalties is through those companies, unless you were to start your own company, but that's very difficult. So you gotta go through one of those two if you do want to be I guess in the registry, so that you can collect royalties. But
and if people play your stuff, especially like if bigger radio stations or places that can afford to play your stuff and pay for it, it's like the music, if they're performing or playing your music, like the artist should be able to.
The money's going somewhere.
Yeah,
it goes to those companies. So if you want to collect it, you got to be a part of it, unfortunately.
And if it's a way for the artist to actually make some money and get paid, and then it's like, if you kind of just have to keep your eye on it. And if you're tangled up with like a giant record company or something, they're obviously keeping their eye on it for their own benefit. But if you're an independent artist like us, and we've got a lot of music out there that is national and international, and there's a lot of places playing it that we might not even know are playing it, and we want people to hear it. But if
we've had people steal our stuff too, and, and then you see it blow up and you're like, well, I didn't see any of that.
And right now especially, it's like, if we can't play gigs, if there's any sort of like revenue stream coming in, it is helpful for like, we'll randomly get royalty checks from overseas, like from France or something, and
they're significant.
They'll add up. They'll pay for bills for us, and pay for gas, or pay for promotion, or we'll put it into recording, or buying gear, or anything.
Basically, all we have is our catalog at this point. Like touring was the mainstream. So if we can build our catalog and you have it registered and you know how to collect, and we made our own record label, our own publishing company, that's pretty important. We write all our own songs. We own everything. So we've had people that have tried to come in and, take a cut of that, or a lot of bands, they just fizzle out because they have a record label that isn't supporting them or something.
Or independent bands that don't know anything about that.
Right.
They don't know anything about trying to collect their money. Like luckily Nick was a business major and knows things about collecting money.
I got my
Awesome.
finance degree
Because-
at the
because-
University of Connecticut.
Because if it was left up to me, I wouldn't know about any of this shit. I would just, I like writing the tunes and making the guitars and performing the music, and I like people to hear the music. But it sure is. It's definitely really, really helpful to be able to know, like, if our stuff is being exploited and enjoyed by people as music that is performed out in the world, and there is a way to collect money to help go back into the projects so that we can keep things going. It's like, we don't have the giant record label behind us, so to be able to collect those nickels and dimes, it's very helpful.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm glad I asked you that question, and it's really a pretty cool answer. I appreciate that.
I
because
think
that
the
makes
best
sense.
thing, the best thing I can recommend to any independent artist is you can report your set lists. You can list your whole catalog, and you can report your set list through whatever your company is, whether it's ASCAP or BMI.
Yeah, so
And you'll get paid. You pay yourself basically for playing your own songs.
playing. So anytime you perform your music,
Yeah, you can
because
list it.
because it's out there in the catalog, it's a it's considered a performance of that tune that was written by you as the artist. And so all of these live streams that everybody's been doing, if
You can list those. They come
Okay.
up. You can even say it's a live stream. It
Yeah.
asks you how many views. It's all there.
Yeah, it was a performance. So anytime that you perform your music, if you
You can perform every day.
you could literally go online and perform every day and collect the pennies that they're paying you, but
Yeah.
it's something.
That's pretty
Then
cool.
if you're just gonna sit home and play your guitar anyway, like,
You might as well.
Might as well. So we got this question. Do you see this here?
Yeah.
Or just like saying you should do an online
Yep.
workshop for musicians. I think that would be really cool to like something to think about.
Yeah, I think a lot of, especially younger artists and younger musicians, they are just basically told that you're not going to make any money at this. You shouldn't worry about the money. You shouldn't get in this for the money. But at some point, you actually have to live.
Yeah.
And if you want to, get, me and Steve both have houses now. We are, doing all right and surviving through these crazy times somehow.
and when you go on tour, it costs a lot of money to tour, and
we lost our van in the tour. So
stuff happens, and you gotta bail yourselves out, and yeah, it's not all. There's definitely there's a lot of fun, and we do like to just have as much fun as possible and rock out, but at a certain point, there is business to it, and you have to try and sustain yourself as an artist, and there are ways to do it. So if you can figure that out, then it's I don't think it takes anything away from being an artist or the artistry of it. It's just a means of living in our capitalistic society, and you got to make your money. And
it's not like the rates are going up or anything for musicians getting paid. They're only going down. So you might as well collect the stuff that you can and kind of figure out, so that you can run your own business.
And if people don't want to buy your records, if people don't want to spend the money, they just want to stream your music. And that's just been devaluing music so much over the past couple of years.
Yeah. Like Spotify, I think they don't.
It gets a bad rap. It definitely gets a bad rap, but it's also the main exposure. Like you were saying, if we get played we're getting hundreds of thousands of plays in Brazil or overseas in Russia or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
places we don't even ever
we would never be able to get distribution at all.
Yeah.
So if they're going to give us anything, and if you can build it and you can sustain it and you can make it grow and figure out, those little amounts do actually add up at the end of the year if you're working it and not just complaining.
Yeah, there's definitely a hustle.
You got to do it.
You gotta really get in the grind. And
there's ways to get on big playlists. There's ways to contact the people that are running Spotify. They're listening to things, and you can pitch your songs and your singles, and there's ways to go about it.
And the music industry has always screwed the artists over. So
just be ready for that.
Yeah. we kind of just accept that we've been screwed over plenty of times before. So the more that you can do for yourself and sort of handle yourself, even if it's a pain in the ass and you're not making you know, gazillions, but you're at least like having something flowing in, you know.
Right. And if you're, you know, like somebody like Prince or any number of huge artists that have been screwed like royally, like really taken all of their gazillions. Billy Joel, I was just watching a thing on Billy Joel about how he got screwed by his manager, and it's just like all these artists you hear about getting screwed over. It's like if you can just run it yourself, you probably could square up at some point in your life, you know, what those guys are making at some point, maybe, you know, like
or just a livable wage, really.
right, because that's all they were getting, really.
And you get to play music. You know, we've seen, you know, luckily we incorporated Balkun Brothers into a proper LLC business, and we've seen because we run it like a business, but also, you know, like an artistic expression, but it's a business, and because we've done that, and Nick set it up for us.
Go Nick.
We
awesome.
you know, we've been able to survive like throughout this pandemic with without having to, like, you know, outsource ourselves to other jobs. And we've seen a whole bunch of our musician friends that just like everything, and, you know, our whole entire way of life has just been destroyed because of this pandemic. But if you can set yourself up to have some sort of, like, you know, safety net of something coming in, then it definitely has helped us through this whole mess of a year without playing any gigs. We've literally played 2 gigs this entire year.
Wow.
You know, since everything shut down.
Yeah, no, it's been so really hard. So it's been so nice to hang out with you guys and talk like this and play some music. So we'll wrap it up and play one more of your cool videos as we roll out. And let's tap back in with each other again. Actually, let me put myself up here so people can see me talking. Let's tap back in with each other again. And when you do a stream, please feel free to tag me on my wall. Just tag me. I love that stuff. And let me know. I'll put it out through, you know, the Middletown Music Festival page that we have. Cool. I want to support the local music scene the way that we have in the past as best that we can, at least spreading the information out there. I think people really are craving and needing music so much right now, and I'm sorry you're getting flack for some of your videos. Keep doing what you're doing.
No,
man. It freaking rocks.
You gotta get some flack.
Yeah.
When you get the haters, it just means somebody's jealous that they're not doing something that you're doing, you know. It's like the people are sitting home just looking at their computers,
trolling,
wishing that they were having as much fun as we were having.
Yeah, totally. All right, so
but whatever, we love them too.
Yeah, no, you gotta love it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me get your YouTube thing over here again if I can easily do this. Hold on a second, guys. And of course, it's a little bit tricky while I'm in the system live to get right. It was so easy before, sort of ish. No. Apologize. Oops. I don't know what this is. What? Hold on a second. Wait. Ah. All right. Which video? Here we go. There it is. Which video should we play? I'm back on your site now in a better way.
Maybe there's a Traumatized in Studio.
Traumatized in Studio. Let me just go over here. Hold on a second. Uploads. Videos. Traumatized in Studio. Let me see. I see that. It's got all this stuff going on my screen, so it's just a little tricky. Live in real time, guys.
No worries.
Oh, here we go. Traumatized. All right. The Balkun Brothers. Let me pull this up so people could see. Nice. Let me just stop this video. Oh no, gotta stop it. Okay. I'm gonna just cut out of YouTube altogether. Thank you guys so much. Hold on a second as I pull. Hold on as I pull you guys back up here. Where did you go? Hold on. Uh-oh. Did I totally lose myself here? I'm not seeing. Oh no.
I think we're up.
You guys are okay. Now what did I do? I think I got rid of. I see you guys. You can't see me. Wait, hold on a second. I'm gonna add myself. Add to the... There we go. I'm like,
welcome back. We're flipped around.
I appreciate you dealing with me and all my technical things. Now I'm on the opposite side.
No,
But
it's
thank
cool.
you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to share your amazing music and going live and just having this really cool conversation. I learned a lot today, and you should patent that guitar, Steve. Totally should do it. People would buy that up like hotcakes. I think it's amazing. It's so cool. You know, when people hear you guys and they're like, wow, that's such a great band, I'm like, there's just 2 of them.
That's it.
It's just amazing. So many blessings to you guys, and thank you so much. So in the comments, guys, in the show description, I did put in all the information where you can find